Hello, and welcome back to the spoilerCast, the show where we talk about movies and we don't care about spoiling them, because it is the spoilerCast. You know it by now. My name is Tobias, and with me as always is my sister and trusted co-host, Rebecca.
Hello.
Hello, and today we are doing the foulest of deeds. We are going to talk about the most reviled kind of cinema there is nowadays. We're gonna talk about a fucking cape shit movie.
Well, it's the lesser of the two evils, I suppose.
Yes, because we're not going to talk about Ant-Man Quantumania or whatever. No, we're talking about Shazam, Fury of the Gods. Hey, it's the sequel, the long-awaited sequel, I would say.
Yeah.
Because at the time, 2019, when the first Shazam came out, it was like the best DC movie that there was. I mean, of the new era, so to speak, of the DCEU.
Yes.
Because it was before the Snyder Cut. And I mean, even though it's technically not DCEU, it was a few months before Joker, even.
Oh, that's right.
Because that's not technically part of the same extended
universe.
No, I know.
Blah,
it's
blah, blah. It's
just a movie.
Yeah,
exactly.
That happens to have a movie.
Yeah. But since then, of course, we've had the Snyder Cut, which kind of gave Man of Steel and Batman vs Superman kind of justification, at least in my eyes. I made a little video essay about it at the time. You can probably check that out.
We've made a commentary track, or you've made a commentary track.
We talked about it in an episode.
We talked about it.
Of course. I made a commentary track with my friend Christopher, who's my co-host.
There's so much content on that movie alone.
The Method. Yes, because, I mean, back in 2021, and I mean, still today, I would say it's one of my all-time favorite movies. That movie is pure cinema. It is kino. It is art. Since then, though, we got some new DC movies, which I haven't enjoyed as much.
I can only think of like one, though.
We had Wonder Woman 1984, which was not very good.
Completely forgot about that one.
Yeah, and then we had the sort of softish reboot Justice League. Oh no, sorry, Suicide Squad.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that one too. I've seen it.
Which was fine, but it was way too Marvel-y because it was written and directed by James Gunn, who was literally a pawn of the MCU. And we'll talk more about him later. And then, of course, we had The Batman last year. Once and again, not a DCEU movie. Just a movie, yeah.
Yeah.
Which, it's okay. That's really all I have to say about that movie. Yeah. It was like,
we did an episode on that too.
3 hours to get to the same conclusion that every Batman movie gets to. All right, cool. Fuck you, but okay.
The only one I remember though is Black Adam.
Oh,
because I saw it just a couple of days ago.
It's the only one I haven't. I started watching it, and I was like, I'll just check it out.
Yeah, no, it took me 2 days to finish it.
Yeah,
so.
I got so infuriated I turned it off when they poked fun at Sergio Leone. I was like, no, not this. Click, gone. Never watched it again. But yeah, I've heard a lot of bad about it. Yes.
Today we're talking about Shazam.
We're talking about Shazam, because I was actually looking forward to this. Because of the original Shazam. Which to this day I think is still a very good action comedy or comedy.
Oh yeah, it's a very good action comedy. It's a very good comedy in general. It's a very good superhero origin story.
Yeah,
because it's very scaled back and simple and not part of 50,000 other movies and TV shows and episodes you have to watch to understand anything. It's very contained. Even though it has the little mentions of the other DC heroes.
Well, yeah, it takes place in the same world as theirs, but the DCEU was always loosely connected, which
Sure.
Makes it, I guess, not as exciting when it comes to the world building as the MCU, if you're into that kind of stuff. But it also lends for more freedom or less rigidity when it comes to how you want to make your movies. That's always why that's why it's kind of felt like a flimsy, put together cinematic universe. It's a gift and a curse, I would say.
Yeah.
Mainly a gift, if I can.
Oh yeah, in my opinion,
have my say. Yeah. In my opinion, yeah, it's better. So then, yeah, the second one.
I was looking forward to it. I was looking forward to having the siblings be a bigger part.
Yeah, because, just quickly, that's what made the first one so good, that it was more or less completely character-driven. There is really not a MacGuffin. I mean, there kind of is, but not really. The main
staff?
I guess the staff, but it's really just that the bad guy wants more power.
Yeah.
And the power is in Shazam, so I mean, you can kind of say the power is the MacGuffin, but it's it's more ethereal than that,
Yeah.
It's more wanting power and deserving power.
Yes.
Classic superhero stuff. And like I said, more character stuff than like plot stuff. Like there's not really much in terms of a plot. It's more of Billy Batson coming to terms with his powers, coming to terms with his new family, and coming to terms with his old family, like his past and his present.
Like you said, it's character driven. It's all about Billy Batson and him finding himself and finding his place.
Yeah,
both as Shazam and as himself.
Yeah, and that's what's good about it. So it's not really groundbreaking, but it did something that
it was a bit refreshing.
Exactly, because most superheroes don't do that nowadays. It's always like, we gotta get the thing, and then there's a little bit like, oh, you're a reluctant hero, but you're the only guy we have. Like, okay, that's it.
Yeah.
It's still about, we gotta get the thing, and stop the guy.
There's always a bigger end goal somewhere.
Yeah. So, fast forward to the new one. A bit more plotty. There's definitely more plot, more stuff going on. With the Daughters of Atlas, and now the staff is really like, we're looking for the staff.
There's two MacGuffins, technically.
There is?
The staff and the apple.
Oh, right. The apple as well.
Which, to be fair, didn't really come into play until like halfway through the movie, but still.
Yeah. And it's... just like the first one, it does do more character-driven stuff. It's still about
sure.
Now that Billy has a family, he's afraid he's going to lose it, just like he did the first time. So he's clinging on to them. His whole like all or nothing thing.
All or no one.
All or no one. I mean,
or all or none, or whatever he says, something like that. Yeah.
All of us or none of us, or whatever.
Yeah.
When they deal with crimes, even though they're all growing up and kind of wanting to do their own thing. And him desperately clinging to that. And then, the Daughters of Atlas showing up.
And a little bit of Freddie Freeman having his own storyline as well.
Yeah, exactly. Having his own thing, because they're not growing apart, just growing up, which means organically growing apart a little bit,
Yeah.
That, like they talk about in the movie, like, people move in different directions. That's life.
Doesn't mean they move away from each other.
Exactly. You can still call. You can still meet up. You just don't have to hang all the time.
Still live in the same house.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's fine. They'll go to the same school.
Yeah.
If he wants an hour by himself, it's fine.
Yeah. And then the Daughters of Atlas show up to take back the powers. Yes. It turns out the powers were stolen from all the old gods, and now the Daughters of the gods wants them back.
This is what we see in the trailer, I think.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm just gonna we kind of talked about the plot here.
What did you think of it?
Oh yeah, I was gonna say the same. Well, what I thought it was pretty good. It's pretty good.
That's it. Yeah. Pretty good.
It was pretty good. I laughed. I thought it was clever. It was tongue in cheek, campy, funny, just like the first one. It was everything the first one was, just ramped up.
Yeah.
It was bigger. I guess the ending went a little too far, maybe. But I mean, it's a movie about gods, so
superheroes. Yeah, you can't really.
You can't. I can't really blame them for going a little too far. But overall, I thought it was good. It was on par with the first one. It had some better stuff than the first one, some stuff that the first one did better. So I think I liked it as much as the first one, but for different reasons, I suppose.
Okay.
What did you think of it?
I mostly agree. It was pretty good. For the most part, I did laugh. I did almost cry at one point. It was so sweet, but it got a bit much towards the end, like you said. Not just the whole gods taking a lot of space and needing a lot of space, but the small things like the random love interest that felt kind of unnecessary. Kind of. I understand why it's there, but they could have done it differently because it's been done before so many times. Even in recent movies. Yeah,
it served a purpose though. It wasn't just there to be a love interest. It wasn't shoehorned in.
No, that's true. But I just didn't like it. It was too cheesy.
Yeah, but
the love interest bit was
cheese.
Too cheesy.
Okay.
Every other cheese in the movie was fine. That one was too much. And I both loved and hated more one of the details towards the end with the magical creatures that appeared.
Okay, we'll talk more about that in spoilers.
Yes.
Even
magical creatures.
I guess there's not like much to spoil. Guess what?
No, not really.
Guess what? Good triumphs over evil, and everyone's happy in the end. You know.
Yeah, obviously.
There are details we can spoil, but we won't. You're not going into this and be like, you're not gonna be surprised by any big twists and turns.
Not really.
This is very by the numbers, but in a good way. Like, it uses the tropes, it uses the things you expect from a movie like this, and has fun with it. Yeah.
Like, even if it's supposed to be a moment, you still kind of go 5 seconds before, that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah. I mean, there is,
which I literally did.
Towards then I was like, are they really because it kind of goes on for a while, and then like
it does go on for a bit.
All right.
Yes. If I had one major issue, it's with the Daughters of Atlas.
Really?
And I'm this is
Helen
gonna
Mirren
sound
and Lucy
so
Liu.
Yes, specifically those two. I don't know if this is gonna sound completely dumb, but they either overacted this completely or the script was very strange.
Okay.
Because they were so stiff and awkward.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't get that feeling at all.
Oh, I got it so much. Jesus Christ, and their accents were so weird at points. What the hell are they trying to do?
They did their own accents, didn't they? Helen Mirren talked British and Lucy Liu talked American.
No, Lucy Liu did not talk American. She tried to do something that didn't work.
Oh, I didn't notice. Okay.
It sounded so odd.
Spoilers, what's the third one?
Anthea?
Anthea, yeah.
I don't know who that is.
It's Rachel Zegler, isn't her?
Yeah, no.
Isn't that some teen boppy idol you know of? Or is that after your time?
No, that's not the one. It's another Rachel. But
oh.
They've listed her as Rachel Beller on IMDb.
Beller?
But that's not what it said in the and it's not her in the picture.
Zegler? What?
Yeah. Is that like the stunt double? Wait, what? Hold on. That's not right. That's not her. No, it's Rachel Zegler. They've listed her wrong on IMDb, but they tagged her in the pictures right.
That's not. Yeah,
it's not the one. It's not the dancer you're thinking of. I think.
No. Yeah. What?
But it's the girl from West Side Story. The girl who played Maria.
Oh yeah, it is right.
Yeah. Oh, you thought of her. I thought of the other Zegler.
No. I wasn't sure. Now when you mentioned it, I was like, oh, right, that's her. I just recognized her. I thought she was more of like a teen idol thing, but maybe she isn't.
No, not really.
Then there's another Zegler or Siegler.
Yeah, but she's the one who did the dancing for the Sia music videos.
Oh, okay.
I think people confuse it because I think they have the same name. I'm not sure. She might also be a Rachel. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, but on IMDb, it's Rachel Beller, who is a nutritionist, it says. So, that's wrong.
If you click on the pictures, though, you find Zegler, the correct Rachel. Which is weird. IMDb, fix that.
Yeah.
My cat just almost fell off the table.
You and your cats.
Yes, I know. We love them. She did good. She was fine.
She was fine.
She was a regular, teenage character kind of thing. Didn't mind her. But I don't know. Lucy Liu and Helen Mirren, something was off with them. I don't know what it was. I cringed.
Oh, really? Okay. I mean, once again, it's supposed to be a little bit cheesy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It might be the writing that just made me cringe. And it might be the acting. I'm not entirely sure. Probably the writing more than the acting, because I do know that both of them can act their asses off.
Yeah. Sorry, I was just reading a review. I was getting ahead here a little bit. Sorry, I just need to, because there's been, I don't know if I looked a little bit on Twitter, and people are this movie is basically like bombing at the time, critically, which is super strange, and people are like, people are. There was specifically one tweet that went viral from some guy pointing out like, wow, just being like fine nowadays is considered like bad, which is because like we said, this is just like it's not breaking new ground. It's not like some sort of unique piece of art. It's just a fun.
It's barely even trying to top anything. It's just a movie.
It's just a movie, and it's fun. Like it's quality entertainment, but it's nothing more than that. And for that, it's like it's got a 48 Metascore.
I know.
And I just had to. And the Hollywood Reporter just sounded so mean. They wrote, like some children who aren't so cute anymore after they've grown up a little, this follow-up lacks much of the appeal of its predecessor. While the film provides the elaborate action set pieces, colorful villains, and save-the-world plot mechanics expected of the comic book movie genre, some of the magic is missing. And I'm like, is it? Like, honestly, yeah, it's technically 4 years since the first movie.
Yeah.
But this was shot, like, almost 2 years ago. There's not that much difference to the children.
No. The only one that looks a little bit older is Billy Batson, Asher Angel,
Asher Angel.
I love his name.
Yeah, it's a very, very actor-y name.
Very superhero name.
Yeah.
He's the only one who looks like he's grown up, because he looks taller.
Yes, he looks lankier, yeah.
Yeah.
Like he's not quite grown into his adult body yet.
No, but he's taller, and there's something about his face is starting to get a jawline. I don't know.
I noticed it too. Yeah, he's in that awkward phase.
Yeah, a little bit
before he becomes an adult. Yeah. But I mean, like,
which fits the character trying to be like responsible and adultish, but still being technically a teenager.
Yeah. And I like, there's not, honestly, there's not much to talk about in the movie. It's very straightforward. There's no real layers here.
No. It's the classic, like he says in the trailer, there's family. That's the whole thing about this movie, really.
Yeah. And it's just doing that stuff well enough.
Yeah. Without being, like we said, over the top and too much and trying too hard just to one up anything from before. It's just fine. It's a normal movie for once, which for that sake, I really like it, because it's a normal movie for once.
Yeah.
It has superheroes and gods and shit.
Now, I haven't seen a superhero movie, like a proper superhero movie, since, well, except for
Madness in the Multiverse.
Yeah, exactly.
Quantum, whatever.
The Spoiler Awards worst movie nominee, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. Yeah,
that's the word.
Except for that one, I haven't seen a whole superhero movie since Wonder Woman back in 2020, I think.
You didn't watch Wonder Woman, the 1980 whatever?
No, that's the one I meant. 1984.
Oh, okay, yeah.
This came out the first one came out in 2017.
Oh, that's true. Oh my god, I'm sorry.
Because I like I said, I started watching Black Adam, didn't finish it. I started watching Thor: Love and Thunder when it was on Disney Plus, and I had to shut it off. It was so bad. And I actually
tries to finish it.
If there's any movies I do like of the MCUs, it's the Thor movies because I like the Thor character. Yeah. But that one was just so bad.
Oh yeah,
so fucking bad.
No,
I didn't watch Wakanda Forever. I didn't watch Ant-Man. So
I've watched a few of them just because I can't really stay away from some of the characters, or I'm like I want to give it a try.
Oh no! Wait, I saw Batman, but I barely count that as a superhero movie.
It's not. He's not super. He's just rich.
Yeah,
that's my forever argument on him.
Yeah.
They're all, even Black Adam actually tried to like one up somehow, but there was nothing to one up. So I don't know. They were just trying too hard.
Yeah.
To do something that didn't need to be done, really.
Yeah, and this didn't try too hard.
No,
It tried just enough. And
this was freaking Fast and Furious, but superheroes instead of cars.
Yeah, it was just fun, and also like poking fun at how silly superheroes really are.
Yeah,
and that's kind of the way you have to do it. I like because either you use superheroes as a metaphor, like Justice League did.
Yeah,
where it's a metaphor for good and evil.
Yes.
It's a very like lofty story, and then you can do the super serious like movie if you want to, like
sure.
Justice League is, or you do it like silly because like, and you go more on the surface level stuff, like people in like red tights and capes. It's kind of silly, but you can have fun with it.
Yeah,
and of course inject some serious stuff into it, like the family stuff and everything. Just do it.
Yeah.
Do it cleverly, subtly,
and lightly, lightheartedly.
Yeah.
The only thing I like truly had an issue with is the classic superhero costumes. I don't like them. They're always annoying, specifically for women. I fucking hate them.
Well, here they're kind of the same for them.
They're just dumb.
Except that
the boots are dumb. The fact that Mary's boobs got humongous whenever she turned into Super Mary.
Well, it has a push-up effect, to keep them in place. No, but they have to
be like blown up or something. I don't know.
I don't know about that.
It looked fucking weird though, and I think it's the same actress for both.
Yes, which it wasn't in the first movie.
Oh, that's
I'm not sure.
I was supposed to look up,
but that's because she's already like grown up, so they don't have to like make her grown up.
No, Michelle Borth played superhero Mary, and Grace Callan Curry plays Mary Bromfield
in the first one.
Yeah,
and now
in the second one, it's she's changed her name, but Carolyn Grace Cassidy. It's the same actress, I think. No, wait, they fucking tagged the wrong person again.
What?
What the hell is going on with this one?
IMDb, what are you doing?
What? No, hold on. It's Grace Carolyn Curry, yeah. It's the same actress in both the first one and the second one playing Mary. Yeah. But she's also playing Hero Mary as well.
Yeah, but Carolyn Grace Cassidy, it says here, plays Mary Bromfield in Shazam 2. But that's wrong.
What the fuck? What's wrong with them tagging the ladies correct? Honestly, can we edit? Yeah, that's someone completely different. If you look at the pictures again, you find the right tag.
Oh, okay. Then it's the right tag. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Do you have to be like a
Maybe they got some intern to do the Shazam page and they just fucked up.
You have to have like IMDb Pro to update. I'm about to edit. This is driving me crazy.
I don't think you're allowed to edit something.
There is an edit button.
Oh.
I'll try it later.
All right.
But yeah, that's the only thing that like fucking superhero outfits are stupid. But they did do a little bit of changes. It doesn't look as silly in this one as in the first one. You pointed that out. Like his cape is not as short and weird.
Yeah, they made them look a little cooler.
There's more style to it.
Yeah. I'm not sure why. I was fine with the silly costume in the first movie.
Because it was just one, I guess? You didn't really have much time to see the other ones in the first one.
No, that's true.
I think also they've updated, like... I need to check that, though. But it looks like they've updated the capes, the thing that holds the capes, because it looks more Greek, Roman goddesque.
I don't know. That's little details.
If it's to fit with the daughters of Atlas, perhaps.
Yeah, more with the Greek mythology stuff, because that's the god lore that they're going with here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not so important. I don't care about that.
No, I know. Do we want to go into spoilers?
Are there any spoilers? Like, I'm already floundering. Like, honestly, I don't really have much more to say about this. Like I said, I'd rather talk where DC is going from here. Because this is like, except for we're getting Flash and we're getting Aquaman 2. I think we are. Yeah, we are.
That's been on the map for a while now.
Yeah, after that though, the DCEU as we know it is gone. Like they are officially ending it, even though they kind of. I disagree, Rebecca, but we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
Because they it was kind of over after. They kind of wanted it to be over after the Snyder Cut. Like, here you go. This is what you want. Now we're ending it. But then they still had a bunch of movies in production. They're like, okay, we have to finish them, I suppose. But
can't
now,
just scrap them.
Yeah, like, it's too much money. We can't scrap all of them. We have to release them. Except for the Batgirl movie for some reason. Which is finished, like 80-90% finished, and they just won't release it. They literally just said nope. Which is super weird. So I can't imagine it would actually that they would lose money in just releasing it. Whatever. I don't know politics or economics. I don't know. Whatever. Officially, the DCEU that started with Man of Steel is over after whichever comes last. I think it's Aquaman 2. And they're starting over. So you apparently weren't aware of this when we talked after the movie, after we watched it.
No, I haven't really looked into it, to be honest.
Yeah, so
I'm still kind of like.
Is there any spoiler stuff you want to talk about in the movie, or do you want to?
I just want to talk about the fucking unicorns.
Okay, let's talk about the unicorns.
Because what the fuck. No, I agree.
I don't know what.
Why? I know that like unicorns are part of like Greek mythology and shit, but having them paired with centaurs, minotaurs, minotaurs, cyclops, harpies, and the chimera.
Yeah, it's Greek mythology. What's the problem?
I don't know, it just felt weird having the unicorn be there, and I know I've heard about the dark unicorn being like the king of the jungle kind of thing, but it's just them eating Skittles, just fucking, no.
But that was the funny part, that the most feared of all the monsters is the unicorn, which I think, I might just be, but I think that's like true.
I agree.
in real lore. You know,
in Greek mythology,
it's not just it's not My Little Pony kind of. It's like it's a beast, basically.
Yes.
So they played on that, but haha, I saw the whole, not specifically Skittles thing coming a mile away, but as soon as they mentioned ambrosia, like that's the way to control them, like the nectar of the gods. Yeah. I was like, oh, they're gonna do like Mountain Dew or something, because you know, American
sugar.
Candy is even sweeter than sugar because they use like high fructose corn syrup and shit. So I was like, yeah, they're gonna feed them like Coca-Cola or something. But they picked Skittles because
I tried to tell you as soon as I said ambrosia, I was like, yes, Skittles, but you didn't listen.
Oh, you said Skittles?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because she had done the thing with the Skittles before.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Like even the worst enemies deserve something good, but they can only have the yellows. She's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was it was Chekhov's Skittles. It made sense, and then she would have Skittles. It didn't just come from anywhere.
They mentioned it twice that she put it in the pants pocket as well because she knew Mary was stressed.
Yeah, exactly. Skittles taste the rainbow.
I don't know. It
was funny.
I get it, but I was like, no.
But what?
Too much.
Okay, so you get it, but why didn't you like it then? It was fine.
I don't know. There was like 200 unicorns, and they were controlling them all with a bunch of Skittles. It was a bit much. If it had been like 2 or 3 unicorns, I would have accepted it.
How did it was 200 unicorns?
No, but there was a bunch.
We saw
more
like
than
5.
No, there was like a small army running down the street when they were riding like the first 5 ones, and then there was a bunch of them behind them.
Okay, you counted them all. Okay.
No, I didn't count them, but there was a bunch.
Whatever. Now you're nitpicking.
I know I'm nitpicking. The unicorns weirded me out. I don't know. I didn't like that.
It was funny that it
was a nice bit of like trivia, sort of, but they took it too far.
Okay, whatever. It was fine for me.
That's my little tangent about the unicorns in Shazam: Fury of the Gods. Tell me about the fucking DC bit, because I'm lost.
Okay.
Completely.
First of all, do we both recommend Fury of the Gods?
Yeah.
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 If you like the first one,
fine movie.
Yeah, you're gonna like this one.
Yeah.
And if you just want to go see some dumb fun, it's perfect.
Yeah,
perfect.
Go for it. Take the kids, for Christ's sake.
Yes.
It's kids friendly.
Yeah. More than the first one. The first one is much darker.
Oh yeah, this
with
one
the 7 deadly sins and eating people. Well,
this is fine.
I guess the dragon doesn't eat.
Nah, because it's wooden. It's fine.
Anyway, so that's it. Shazam! Fury of the Gods.
Check it out.
Yeah, it's not painfully average. It's delightfully average.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a new one.
It deserves more than a 48.
Yeah.
It should be in the green, at least.
A strong 6. Yeah, like a 65 or something.
Yeah.
But not
at
not,
least
not,
since
not
the first one got like a 70-something.
Yeah. But I think that's kind of, it's product of its time, because people were, people weren't, but some people were tired of superhero movies, but we know that people weren't tired of, we fucking had billions of dollars spent on movie tickets for fucking Infinity War the same year, so, or Endgame. I know. Either way, here's the thing.
Yes.
Say what you will about the DCEU, that it started out on the wrong foot with Man of Steel. Yes, it kind of did. That movie is awkward.
Yes.
Even though, like I said, with the stuff that happens in the Snyder Cut, it makes sense.
Sure.
Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman, and Justice League forms a cohesive trilogy of movies, with a story that works. But yeah, back in 2013, it was an awkward and annoying movie. And then they rushed into, the team building. So the very next movie they made, 3 years later, also a problem. They weren't moving. They had to move faster, but they didn't. They moved into Batman vs Superman and introducing Wonder Woman in the same movie. And that movie was a confusing mess. Still is. It's made better if you watch the Ultimate Cut, where they actually let him put all the stuff in. It's very long, but at least it makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah. And then, of course, you had the complete fiasco that was the original Justice League, where they apparently had what we saw in the Snyder Cut. They had that, though some of the effects and all that was unfinished, but they had all the footage, basically.
Yeah.
Because we know now that the stuff he shot extra, with that he got to finish the movie, that was just like the post-apocalyptic nightmare stuff from the end of the movie. Like, the film was finished.
Yeah, it's just cutting and editing that changed, really.
Yeah. And they deemed that unwatchable. He kind of stepped back when his daughter died. And they saw that,
understandable.
Understandable. And they saw it as a golden opportunity to bring in Mr. Marvel himself, Joss Whedon, to cut the movie. First of all, reshoot so much of his stuff. But not like shoot different scenes, just reshoot the scenes in his style, and then cut together a 2-hour fart. That movie is so... You've seen the original Justice League, right?
Well, yeah.
The Justice League that they...
Yeah, no, I've seen that one. I haven't seen the Snyder Cut.
It is so fucking bad. And imagine that being the follow-up to Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman, and at that point, Wonder Woman, which Wonder Woman, the first one, is still a great movie. I consider that one of the better modern superhero movies.
Yeah.
That one is good. But then, having the Justice League, and it's ridiculous how bad that movie is. And there are people like calling it off, like, there's this DC experiment in trying to copy Marvel. It's just not working. Like, even if you're not a fan of Marvel, you can understand that what they were going for, in trying to copy, and it's not working. Like, you don't have to like Marvel to see that it's a successful formula.
No.
And DC just wasn't. It just wasn't. So they kind of limped on with Aquaman, and did they release anything after Aquaman?
No.
I don't think. Well, Shazam in 2019.
Well,
Shazam.
But it's not part of the Justice League bit, so it doesn't feel like it's as attached.
No, but it's part of the DCEU.
Yeah, that's true. Isn't it that, like... I think I've read this somewhere, that because it's the Justice Society, it's more like it's like Earth 4 or something. It's like a different timeline or whatever.
No, that's bullshit.
Maybe that's just the magazines. I'm not sure.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
In this, we know it's the same universe because...
Right, yeah, because we see him in the original.
Superman is in Shazam, and spoilers, Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman is in Shazam too.
Yeah.
The one who fought Steppenwolf with Batman and Superman and
yes.
Martian.
So it's the same universe, yeah.
Yeah, it's the same, yeah. The Suicide Squad, of course. I forgot Suicide Squad.
Oh, right.
That came out the same year.
But they also kind of feel detached, because it's like
it
one
all
scene where you see Ben Affleck's Batman, but that's it.
Yeah, but you say it feels detached, but would you say that Ant-Man feels detached from the Avengers movies?
No.
Why? He's completely alone. Like, there's no other... Well, I guess there is... Yeah, there is a cameo by Falcon in an Ant-Man, but why doesn't that feel detached?
Because he's in the Assemble movies.
Yeah, well, he wasn't before. I'm talking about the first Ant-Man. When they made the first Ant-Man movie, why didn't that feel detached?
Oh, it did. The first one did at first.
It did? Oh, okay.
Yeah, a little bit. But then as soon as you had him in one of the Avengers movies.
No, he was in Captain America.
Oh, whatever.
Civil War first.
Right. That's in my head. That's one of the
and
Avengers.
That was 2 years after the first Ant-Man.
Sure.
Yeah.
So by then I was like, yeah, okay, so it's just part of the universe. And the first one, the first Ant-Man is surprisingly enough fine on its own.
Yeah. No, you know what it is? It's bland.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. And that's what I'm trying to get at here. Why the Marvel movies all feel like they kind of fit together? First of all, because they keep planting seeds. Like there's little hints everywhere, which there isn't in the DC movies. But also, they are all, even though they all have different directors, they all look exactly the same.
It's like they put a filter on that's the Marvel filter.
Yeah. But
they all have the same color grading and everything.
Yeah, even those, like, oh my god, they're so unique and stick out, the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, and I guess the Taika Waititi Thor movies. Even though they stick out because, they're more funny and quirky, they still look the same. Yeah. Oh, but they have more colors. Yeah, but they look the same.
It's still the same color grading.
Yeah, exactly. And that is
just more colors.
That is because even when you have distinctive directorial voices like Taika Waititi or James Gunn, you still have Kevin Feige pulling the strings. Yes. Like all of those movies. First of all of the movies are pre-planned before they even have a script. They're like, okay, so here we're gonna have the Ant-Man movie, which is gonna introduce, of course, the quantum realm because he can shrink. Yeah. So we have that in our back pocket before we enter Phase 4, which is all gonna be about the multiverse. One of them being the quantum realm. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
And also
they mapped it out like 50 years in advance.
Yeah. Also, like we found out many years ago in some sort of like behind the scenes thing. I don't remember for what movie. I think it was for the first Black Panther movie, but then people, I guess, didn't remember it or didn't pick it up until like last year or the year before. The whole thing where like action sequences, most action sequences in Marvel movies are pre-visualized like years before pre-production even starts. Like before the script is written, before they have a director or actors or anything, all the action sequences are already finished. Like the movies are built around the action sequences.
Oh,
they're not directed by anyone. They're directed by the effects people, I suppose. Like
because it's not really done on set kind of thing. It's just CGI.
It's 99% CGI. We know that from behind the scenes stuff. Like they use more CGI than any other fucking movie franchise.
Oh, and aren't they the ones who pay terribly for it as well?
Well, everyone is. That we knew all the way back in like 2013. Or 2014. There's an amazing documentary called Life After Pi about the effects house that made the amazing special effects for Life of Pi.
Yeah.
That during their acceptance speech at the Oscars, when they were accepting the Oscar for Best Visual Effects, or special, whatever it's called, visual effects, I think it is. Visual effects. Yeah. They were like, sadly, as we're receiving this Oscar, our company is struggling to continue keeping all our employees paid and everything because of the inequality in payment and blah blah blah. And then they start the dun dun music and cut the microphones.
Play them off.
Yeah. Check out on YouTube. Check out Life After Pi. It's a great documentary. It was made almost at this point 10 years ago, and people a couple of years ago was like, "Oh no, we need to start fighting for effects people's rights." And fuck you.
It's because it came to light again when they saw the horrible quality of the Black Widow CGI.
Oh god,
which looked worse than like a video game from the 90s.
Yeah. I haven't seen it, but I've seen those.
I've seen shots. Parts of it. And
yeah.
I was like, shit, that sucks.
The thing where Florence Pugh explodes, and it's literally like an insert explosion that I can do.
Yes.
In Sony Vegas. Yeah.
Hey, you did.
I did. I've done it several times. Yeah. It's terrible. Anyway, yeah. That's once again, for better or for worse, that bland uniformity is what was missing in the DC movies. That's why they felt so separate, detached from each other. Even when there were like similar when the characters kept showing up in different movies, it was like okay, but it didn't make sense.
No.
So people didn't like because they're not worse than the Marvel movies when it comes to quality.
No, they're
I would say
better.
Most of them are better because they do feel they do feel different. They have a sense of style. Like that you can notice, not all of them, but you can definitely tell the ones that are directed by Zack Snyder. Like, oh, this is a Zack Snyder movie.
And I think you can tell which ones are made by James Wan as well.
Yeah, even though he's done one.
He's doing the next one as well.
Yeah.
Doing the Aquaman, right?
He had never really done a big movie like that before, so it's kind of hard to tell. Well, he did
but
Furious
the way you can
7,
tell you can tell it's different because it's not the same as the other ones. You can tell, oh, this is a new director.
Yeah. Yeah. And same with David F. Sandberg, who definitely, even though you couldn't tell as much in this one because it didn't have the horror elements, the first one you can definitely tell, like, yeah, this is a guy who makes horror movies, which David F. Sandberg does.
Yes.
But then, if you know him from, like, his YouTube stuff, you can tell the fact that he's, like, hamming it up, especially in the second one. Like, yeah, this is a David Sandberg movie. Like, he's having fun with it.
Yes.
He's poking fun at it. He's winking to the audience, you know. That's
and
why...
I mean, he does put in his own little Easter eggs, having Annabelle in it.
That too. And
both movies.
And creepily killing his wife in both movies.
Yeah. She survives in the second one, doesn't she?
Oh, that's right. They save her in the second one. Okay.
Put her down. Well, we off screen though, but
yeah, but we can assume
saved.
She survives. Yeah.
It's redemption from the first one.
Yeah, exactly. So in that way, the DC movies are better, in my opinion.
Yes, because they're not just all the same, at least.
Yeah,
but even though they don't fit together perfectly, they're at least not the same.
But that's the problem. Then people aren't like, oh, I watched Aquaman. Now I have to go watch the next Wonder Woman because they're connected. They're like, oh, I watched Aquaman. It was fine. I don't want to see Wonder Woman. But that's the thing. Like, that's the thing.
I feel like that's a good thing, though. Because you shouldn't.
Not for profits.
No. No, that's true. For profits, it's not good. But for moviegoers and keeping your interest, I'm okay with missing 1 or 2 DC movies, but then watching the ones I want to watch, and I'm not gonna feel like shit. I don't know what's happening because I haven't watched every other one.
Yeah, but it becomes a problem when
when the audience becomes too selective and starts not watching them at all.
Yeah, because your whole plan is based on like you're spending money you don't have because you know each movie is gonna make money. So if a movie flops, you're losing money on your next movie.
Yeah.
That's what happened when the Justice League didn't bring in didn't bring in any money. It brought in hundreds of millions of dollars, but they spent even more making that piece of shit. That's the problem.
Yes.
And they were never as successful as the Marvel movies. I mean, they didn't break $1 billion, which is insane that we're even talking about those numbers in movies. They didn't break $1 billion at the box office until Aquaman. 5 years into their little franchise thing. Before that, they were like around the 500 million.
Which is, it's so weird though, because Aquaman is like the lamest of the characters in the Justice League. I mean, sure, Jason Momoa does do a lot.
I was gonna say I disagree because Jason Momoa is so charming.
Oh no! I'm like in general when you talk about the Justice League, not Jason Momoa's Aquaman, you just go Aquaman. He's the character. He's the least interesting character, really.
Sure.
And I mean, they do have. I fucking hate the wig on Amber Heard. Her character looks so odd and so displaced within the water scenes in general. It looks so weird.
I haven't watched the movie in a while, so I don't know.
No, just looking at the pictures.
Oh, okay.
Fuck that. They can't. She's sticking out for some reason. Her hair specifically, not because it's red, because it looks so fake.
Yeah.
It looks so silly, but it's Jason Momoa actually like shouldering the entire franchise almost, which is weird that it takes Aquaman and Jason Momoa to do it. Batman should have been, Superman should have been, Wonder Woman should have been enough.
Yeah, but
for people to like.
Yeah, but that's once again that's the thing, like, because it was the first, other than Wonder Woman, it was the first time they were doing like a proper like superhero. It was closer to Marvel than any of the other movies.
That's true.
Because it's lighthearted and funny.
Yeah,
that's why people went and saw it, because average people don't give a fuck about franchises and cinematic universes. That's only like super nerds or movie critics. Like, the average people are just like, what the fuck is Aquaman? What the fuck is Iron Man? Like, oh, I'll just go watch it if it looks fun in the trailer. They don't care.
Bright colors and action. Cool, I'll watch it. It's children.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why. And so that was the big paradox with the Marvel movies. They were trying to copy Marvel's success, but they were still letting the directors do their own kind of movies, and that does not work. No. They were spending Marvel movie money, but they were making like regular movies,
yeah,
so to speak. So now then it turns out now, 10 years after the first movie, they're like, yeah, this is a failure. Even though they kind of tried it several times. But now they're officially giving up. I don't understand why they ever even greenlit Black Adam. Like, everyone knew that was going to flop. It's such a dumb story. Anyway.
It's trying to bank on, what's his name?
The Rock, Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah,
well, his star is fading. And that didn't.
God for that.
And that one didn't help. Whew.
No.
Oh, like his time in the sun is over. He had a good run, goddamn. But yeah, we got
for like
10 years.
10 years, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, 2011, that's when he became, The Rock from Fast and Furious 5. That's when he went from wrestler The Rock to, big-ass action star The Rock. Yeah.
Then he made too many movies with Kevin Hart and ruined it.
Exactly. And now he killed his career with Black Adam. Anyway, back to the thing. So now they've decided, okay, we're going to restart again, because it feels like they've tried to restart a couple of times. Like Man of Steel failed. We'll do a Justice League kind of, and then okay, we'll try to do some more serious movies. That's not part of the maybe we can start a new franchise with Joker and the Batman. Okay. And then they kind of soft rebooted, like I said, Suicide Squad with James Gunn.
Yeah.
Okay, but now they're okay, now it's over. So they're starting over. They're getting a producer on hand, a showrunner, if you will, that is going to map out the next 10 years or whatever, the next phases of the new DC EU, so to speak, the new DC cinematic universe.
But are they going to disregard completely the whole Justice League bit?
Yes.
Are they going to disregard completely Shazam and Black Adam and the Justice Society?
From what I understand, yes. Here's the thing.
Lord.
This is what it says. So say they even went as far as to hire a Marvel guy. I told you they hired James Gunn.
Yeah.
James Gunn and Peter Safran. Peter Safran has been involved in DC comics movies for a while now, but so he's kind of like the old guard. But then they're hiring James Gunn now. I guess he's out of Marvel after Guardians 3.
It's finally done.
Yeah, I wonder why he's not staying with Marvel or Disney. I'm betting there's a lot of money in that, but maybe they offered him more money. I don't know. I have no idea. So here is, I just picked the first one because I guess all of the articles are going to have the same information. This is actually from January 31. I don't remember it was that far back, but it was, I suppose. James Gunn is taking over, and they're calling it DC Slate Unveiled. The slate of new movies. New Batman and Supergirl movies, a Green Lantern TV show, and more from James Gunn and Peter Safran. Yeah. Hold on, let me actually get a better one. That was bad.
But he did the Suicide Squad.
Yes, I think that's kind of when they started talking with them, hey, people seem to like your Suicide Squad. Yeah, because it looked like a Marvel movie. Do you want to come with us and start a franchise? I'm sure it was.
He crossed platforms then, or crossed production companies then, didn't he?
Yeah. Maybe his contract. Maybe he was smart enough to not sign an
exclusive,
an ironclad forever contract with Disney, which I know some people have done.
Because he's also written and created bits for Peacemaker, which is part of the Suicide Squad, but the TV show.
Yeah. So here it is. Gunn and Peter Safran's tenure at DC Studios kicks off with 10 new products. DC Studios has revealed its full slate of movie and TV projects coming soon under the leadership of James Gunn and Peter Safran. The list includes 5 feature films and 5 television series for HBO Max, headlined by 2 Batman movies and a Man of Steel called Superman. A Man of Steel reboot Legacy. Called Superman Legacy. So you see, already there, they're doing the thing where they're like, okay, so we need 5 movies and 5 TV shows, and of course, they're gonna be connected. Of
course. There's going to be post-credit scenes or something that has to do with the next one.
Yeah. So, they even have a release date already. This is insane. Superman Legacy has a release date, July 11th, 2025. That's coming out in a little over 2 years. And I didn't even know. I thought they were going to do a Superwoman or Supergirl movie first, but okay.
But Blue Beetle that you mentioned yesterday is basically done. It's going to be released this year.
Yeah. You see, so of course, when they announce this stuff, they've already been working on it for a while. We know that.
Yeah, sure.
So So they don't announce things and then it takes them 5 years to release something, of course.
No, that's true, of course.
Yeah, so we have Superman Legacy, which is basically a reboot of Man of Steel. And of course we know that Henry Cavill, even though he had a cameo in Black Adam, which was unsanctioned, basically. Because he was basically already out at that point. But Dwayne Johnson was like, nope, I want him in my movie. Because I guess he's a DC fan.
Give me this much money and I'll do a 10-second cameo.
Yeah. Then, of course, they're doing The Authority, which I have no idea what that is. That's another thing that they're doing here. Instead of going for the big heroes, they're going for the smaller ones, just like Marvel did in the beginning. They started with Iron Man, which at the time was not a popular comic book. It was one of the smaller heroes.
Even though he's Marvel's Batman.
Yeah, now, yeah. He wasn't back then.
No, but I mean, he's the millionaire who's not super, he's just rich.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. It just matters how popular they are.
Not. Yeah. I
suppose. Back then, everything people knew about Marvel was Spider-Man and X-Men.
Yeah.
Maybe Fantastic Four. To start off with Iron Man was, we're starting small to see what people think. So they're doing that here with The Authority, whatever that is. It's a group of 7 heroes with very high concept superpowers. Physically, what the and the thing is, it's not going to work because this here. It says 1. Jack Hawksmoor is physically bonded to cities, drawing his strength from them. What? Yeah. You see, you can't start with the smaller heroes in DC because all the smaller heroes are too weird. Then we have The Brave and the Bold, which is the new Batman movie. Which I don't like because they made a Brave and the Bold animated series 10 years ago and it was bad. It was a silly, campy Batman series. Maybe they're not going to do that now, but
Well, if they want to go the Marvel route, they kind of have to.
Yeah, so maybe they're going to go for a slightly more campy Batman. That's never going to work, but okay. Then we have Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, Swamp Thing, which I guess also going to be a reboot because it is Swamp Thing TV series not that long ago. And then they're doing the TV shows, which are Creature Commandos, Waller, which is a series about Amanda Waller.
Isn't Creature Commandos a cartoon? I saw a picture somewhere. It looked like they were making a cartoon.
I don't know. It just says Gunn is a writer for this series, already pegged at 7 episodes. In it, Amanda Waller, again, forms another super team out of monstrous prisoners. So it's just Suicide Squad, but they're now literal monsters. Okay. And then Waller, is interesting though. Because it says about Waller, if Creature Commandos wasn't enough, this series dedicated to Amanda Waller stars Viola Davis in the lead role, which she played Amanda Waller in both Suicide Squad movies.
And she's mentioned in Black Adam and Shazam. She's mentioned. Yeah, she's on screen in one of them.
In Black Adam in that case, because she was not in...
on a screen call or something.
Yeah. DC Studios says the show will feature Team Peacemaker, so now they are actually keeping... because I'm guessing they're going to keep John Cena as the Peacemaker, then I suppose. And it's written
by... they're keeping parts of the DC... But that's weird. Because the Suicide Squad were connected to Ben Affleck's Batman.
Yeah.
But they're not keeping Ben Affleck as Batman, but they're keeping characters from the Suicide Squad? Or the second Suicide Squad, I suppose?
Yeah, where they did switch out actors. I mean, that's happened before, though.
Yeah, sure. And they added characters because they wanted other characters, but they kept Margot Robbie because she was the most popular one.
Yeah, and they switched out Will Smith to Idris Elba.
Yeah.
Because he was Deadshot, or whatever he's called.
Yeah. I thought he was just a different Deadshot.
No, he's the same guy.
Okay, cool.
And then they're doing Lanterns, which is Green Lantern, which is I'm excited about that because I like Green Lantern. Well, no, I'm not excited about that. I shouldn't say that. I just like Green Lantern. I don't think this is going to be good though because it's a TV show first and foremost.
Oh no! I thought it was a movie.
And
TV shows.
No, now it's TV shows. That's a new thing. They're bringing that over from Disney as well. This will be an enormous TV event series focused on the two. Sorry. It's gonna.
unless it has HBO production value and like looks like House of the House of the Dragons, I'm gonna fucking hate it.
Because it's not that kind of show, so it's not gonna look like that. They're not gonna spend $10 million on each episode of Lanterns.
God.
And then they're doing Paradise Lost, which is set in Themyscira, the world of Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
So we'll touch Wonder Woman's history and character arc. It's not clear if she will star in it, though. This drama focuses on the genesis and political intrigue of an island of all women, DC Studios said, which sounds very Game of Thrones-y.
Yeah, I'll give him that. That might be cool, because, Amazon's and Game of Thrones style. Sure, I'll go for it.
Yeah.
That's about it, though. You're literally doing my head in. I'm like going dizzy here. It's too much.
We skipped over one show, Booster Gold. Exactly. DC Comics' longtime comic relief character is a time traveler who uses basic technology and consumer appliances from the future to make himself a superhero in present day. That's another TV show they're doing.
To be honest, when the Marvel stuff came out, I knew about like one Marvel hero, and I knew about Spider-Man. That's about it. I knew Spider-Man. From DC, I knew about Superman and Batman. Like, I knew of Wonder Woman because I'd seen the cartoon Justice League I don't know where it came from. Like it's one that was on Channel 5 in Sweden.
It's the Bruce Timm-verse, yeah.
Yeah.
The animated DC universe.
But like, I walked into Marvel not knowing a lot, and when I saw the first Iron Man movie, it's like, yeah, Iron Man is cool. I like this. But then it went too far, and I started hating it all.
Yeah.
As you know. I'm fine with walking into DC again, like, not really knowing the characters, I guess. Though it's weird because they've already done the big ones.
Yeah.
And now they're just scrapping them and starting over with smaller ones. It's weird, but I can be like, maybe it's fine. Maybe I'll come to like one of those characters and find it interesting enough.
But the thing is...
But it feels kind of disrespectful almost.
Yeah, first of all, yes. Because they were finally, like, becoming cohesive. It was finally making sense with the Snyder Cut. Like, all the characters made sense, and we understood why they were kind of awkward and they were so dark and everything, because it was working towards that movie, the Justice League.
Yeah.
And if they hadn't rushed, if they'd spent the time they needed and maybe make, Superman and then, like he wanted to make Superman 2 before Batman vs Superman, like give us time to know the characters, and then make a separate Batman movie like you wanted to do, like introduce the characters before. That would have made even more sense, but they rushed along because they wanted to release, they wanted to make their own Avengers movie quickly, because
the Avengers were doing so well.
Disney already has 2 Avengers movies. We need our own Avengers movie now. Like this. Yeah. So
the issue with DC though is they've done each character so many times now. It's not you don't have one face that is that character.
That too, but
Marvel did that right though. They have Iron Man is Robert Downey Jr. That's it. Like you don't really have another face for it.
And that's what they're kind of going for now. That they're gonna do.
But it's too late.
What's too late? What do you mean?
They've done their big characters already.
Yeah, but that's why they're doing small characters. So it's like Iron Man was a small character.
Yeah, I guess.
That's the point. But they're also remaking the big ones. They're doing Batman Brave and the Bold. They're doing Superman Legacy.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
But this is all happening after Aquaman 2 and Flash, right?
Yes.
Does Cyborg get his movie yet? Or
no, that's never going to happen.
Scrap that completely.
Yeah, that's never going to happen because of the falling out between whatever the actor's name is, and was it Peter Safran? There was some executive he had a problem with.
Yeah.
Which all of them had a problem with, turns out. But,
yeah.
Yeah. He was only emotionally abusive. He wasn't sexually abusive, so they couldn't peg him on something.
True.
Anyway, So going back to the new stuff that they're doing, like they're like, we're doing over. We're starting fresh, even though they are keeping some, which is, I think is a bit, if they're going for the completely new thing, they shouldn't keep any of the old characters. That's just super weird. Or any of the old actors, I mean. Like, cast a new Amanda Waller. Like, it doesn't have to be Viola Davis. Yes, she's a good actor.
She's not iconic
but doesn't exactly. I mean, you're casting a new fucking Superman, so why keep the old Waller? Anyway, so first of all, that's a problem. But also, like, just the fact that we know that when they plan ahead this long, they have now 5 movies planned, 5 TV shows planned. We know where it's all going. It's just going to be the same as Marvel. It's going to be bland and boring.
Especially if they're trying to make that success the same way. They have to do the formula.
If they want it to be a success, it has to be bland. They are, of course, they're looking to make money. They're not looking to make art. So it's going to be bland and boring, just like Marvel. And that's what I hate so much about this. Because even though the old DCEU wasn't as successful, we at least had several movies that stood out and were good. We had Wonder Woman. We had the Snyder cut of the Justice League. I mean, we fucking Aquaman. Even Aquaman was fun and different. It was campy.
Yes, in a good way.
Yeah, it was bad, but it wasn't bland. That was the thing. We had Shazam, which was probably the closest we get to a Marvel movie, but it actually had, like, characters.
Yes.
And a story. Not just plot, it had a story. And now we're getting this.
You know what? Peter Safran should stick to doing what the horror films are called.
What?
He produces the Conjuring movies.
He does?
Yeah, the later ones at least. He produced The Nun, Annabelle Creation, The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It. He's producing The Crooked Man, The Nun 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can he just stick with that shit?
That's because he works for Warner Brothers, I suppose.
I suppose, yeah. Just stick with that. Leave the DC alone. I don't want it. I don't need more superhero movies. Marvel has saturated that genre completely and way beyond.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter that the DC is a more interesting universe because it doesn't have I don't know, it has more contained characters, it feels like, and more complex characters at the same time. That's the weird thing. It feels more contained but more complex at the same time.
Which one?
DC in general.
Yeah.
I guess it's because it's not too many characters and they all have space to grow.
Yeah.
From what I've seen in the movie verse, I suppose.
Yeah.
I haven't read the comics that much.
No, me neither. All I know is it's just as the Marvel Cinematic Universe was kind of dying, like the movies. Yeah, the fucking Spider-Man movie still made amazing amounts of money at the cinema.
But that's for one specific reason.
Yeah. God damn that movie. If we're talking about bad movies, I don't understand how people got fooled by that movie. That movie is such bullshit.
Oh, it's the charm of what's his name? Tom Holland.
Yeah. No, I mean the last one.
Yeah, it's still Tom Holland.
No, it was all 3 of them. It wasn't just Tom Holland.
But I mean, he has a big part in charming people.
Although I'm saying this as I am eagerly anticipating The Flash, which is going to be exactly the same kind of movie, which, you know, whether they're going into the multiverse and bringing out, like, different Batman. So maybe I am a hypocrite there. I'll have to wait and see.
Maybe you hate it, so it's fine.
I hate it. Hopefully I will. Hopefully I'll see through this cynicism, and I won't like it. Even though I know I'm going to be giddy whenever Michael Keaton shows up. So, but either way, yeah. It is kind of failing though, because nobody seemed to like God of Thunder or whatever. No, Love and Thunder.
Terrible film.
Yeah. people seem to not really like Ant-Man as well, because it's kind of silly from what I hear. Of course, everyone loved Wakanda Forever, because you have to.
And it's very...
No, it's just because you have to.
No, I can understand a little bit, because the culture is very different, so it looks more interesting than the bland American shit.
Yeah.
It's visually more interesting because it has more culture, I suppose.
Sure.
Or different culture is the right word.
Oh, yeah, sure, yeah. So then it's good all of a sudden, just because it's a different culture.
No, I just understand.
No, I'm just saying that's why people like it.
Yeah, sure.
Anyway, because if you don't like it, you're a racist.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And also they do they bury a dead person.
Yeah, because he was so important after
weird.
being in 2 movies or whatever. 3 technically. Anyway, and then of course, I don't know what people thought of Doctor Strange. I just know that I hated it, or we hated it.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't care what anyone else thought. I hated it. That's enough.
Yes, awful movie. Everything after Infinity War has been pretty much awful.
Yeah.
Because I can say I do enjoy some of the Marvel movies before that, especially the...
Well, if I'm being honest, the only ones I've liked are the Iron Man, and I did kind of like the Spider-Man movies.
Yeah, maybe I should actually go through it. I know I did that a long time ago. And
the first Thor. The first Thor is good.
Ranking the Marvel movies. You know what? We should do that.
Fuck.
I've talked to you about talking to some friends or workmates, whatever you call it, about coworkers, talking about how to make the podcast more popular. Like, maybe you should do more things that people actually want to listen to. So maybe we should
just hating on it.
Yeah, maybe we should do like a ranking of Marvel movies at some point, and actually find out which ones I actually like. Because
that means we have to watch them all, though.
I know. Off the top of my head, I can say I like Iron Man 3.
Wait, the second one is the guy with the
whips.
Mickey Rourke.
Mickey Rourke, yeah.
Mickey Rourke, that's his name.
The third one is the one where Iron Man is suffering from panic attacks and building too many Iron Man suits.
Right.
And the Mandarin. And the exploding people. No. It's character driven.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. Off the top, I think that's the only one I actually like. Winter Soldier is pretty good.
No.
But no.
You know what?
No. Captain America 2. Captain America the Winter Soldier. Not Winter Soldier and the Falcon. That's a TV show. I haven't seen that.
No. I thought of Captain America Winter Soldier, and I didn't like that one.
You didn't like that one?
You know what? Let's end this episode here.
Yeah, okay.
And we'll do one of these fucking Marvel rankings
at
sometime this year.
Yeah. This episode was this was all over the place because we didn't really have much to say about Shazam: Fear of the Gods.
We haven't had that in a while though, so it's fine.
Yeah, like this.
Our episodes have been very consistent and coherent as of late, so it's fine. We needed some Marvel rants.
Yeah. No, but like
turned into a DC rant, to be honest.
Yeah, well, because we were talking about a DC movie to begin with. Yeah, just to then wrap it up. Yeah, that's the problem. That's the problem with Shazam. Like, it was just fine.
Yeah,
there wasn't much to say about it.
No,
that doesn't make it a bad movie. I still, I'd still watch this 10 times before I'd watch any fucking asshole Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's a bit Fast and Furious, but superheroes, and it's fine.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll wrap it up there. Thank you so much for listening. I have no idea what we're going to talk about in the Patreon episode, but we do Patreon exclusive episodes every week to kind of accompany these free episodes. We'll do something for Monday. I don't know.
We probably have a plan somewhere.
Yeah, and if you want to check that out, go to patreon.com/don'tmakeascene. There's also commentary tracks, there's early access to my other podcast, but literally at this point, hundreds of hours of exclusive entertainment.
Yes.
And also keep a lookout for the next free episode, which is going to be John Wick 4.
Ooh, we're actually excited about that one.
Yeah, finally, the trilogy that now has another one.
Yeah. So tune in next week.
Tune in next week.
To hear what we thought about that one.
Yeah. And you'll probably get an early review for that one as well on patreon.com/Don'tMakeAScene.
Yes.
But until then, have a good one.
Bye.
Bye-bye. The SpoilerCast is part of Please Don't Make a Scene. It is produced and directed by Tobias Vedén and hosted by Tobias and Rebecca Vedén. Executive producer is Annika Vedén and Laura Kinney. I also want to give a huge shout out to all our patrons over on patreon.com/Don'tMakeAScene. Mom, Dad, Laura Kinney, Danny Del Gaiso, and Mac and Mom.